Hi everyone, this is a continuation of my MVC demo using Visual Studio 2017, their MVC pattern, their MVC framework. So this is what we have done. In the previous video, we started with a simple app, an empty app, passing data from the controller to the view, displaying the data, as well as using a query string in our parameter, in our URL. And then we created a class so that I can have different objects to be passed, different attributes to be passed to the view. And now we're going to create a list of these objects, right? So this is what we're going to do. We already have a class 1 in the previous video, so I'm going to this is just a class 1 that we have been using, just one object and then returning it to the view. So I'm going to pass using this class 1 in a list. All right, so I'm going to create a list of these objects. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to go to my controller. Instead of creating just one object of this class, I'm going to have a list of this class 1. I call it the CL, list of these classes, and a bunch of these objects. All right, typed it wrong. And then I'm going to add to this. I'm going to take this away. I'm going to cl.add. That's how I'm going to add. I'm going to have a class 1. Name is equal to Ben. Oops. And then I'm going to have email is equal to byu@bcit.ca. So that's the first one, and I'm just going to repeat another one just to show that I can have a collection of objects. All right, so I'm going to call the second one Mary, and Mary is going to be at msn.ca. All right, so I'm going to return view CL. So that's how I would create a collection of objects of type class 1. And in my CSHTML, my Razor, I'm going to use something like this to display my list. So I'm going to use a loop. Like this. And I'm going to use a for each. Var item in model. I'm going to fix up my model rather than just one class, but a collection of classes. Well, why don't I do this over here? First is interface of enumerable, right, of web simple models dot class 1. All right. So for each item in this model, I'm going to well, this indentation is driving me crazy. Oops. Going to go to the model dot actually it's not model now, is item dot name and item dot email. I think that's all I need to do. All right, so all the squiggly lines are gone. So basically creating the list of objects, passing the list to the CSHTML, and that should be it. Okay, let me run and pause again. All right, one more time. When it comes back, it is a demo/index let me just go over here and make it faster. So the query string goes into this view bag dot my message, and then for each object in my collections, Ben and Mary, BYU, and Mary at msn.ca, those all come from my from this for each. Alright, so the last part of this demo is on how to access a database, storing the objects or the rows in objects, a list of objects, because it's a bunch of rows, and to display them. Alright, so here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is to create a class which allows me to access publisher information from a table in my cloud database. It's only have name and city, so just like before, my class one has the two attributes. All right, and then I'm going to have a set of code to allow me to get an SQL string, connection string to talk to my database, fill it, and then put it into my my object. All right, so I'm going to do this over here. Models, I'm going to add a let's just stop here first. Add a new item, which is a class. I'm going to call it publisher because I'm getting information about publishers from my database. And then this is going to have similar attributes: public string name, get and set. But I have public string city, get and set. All right. Now in my controller, I have a bunch of code that's already set up. And you can find this in my GitHub that I'm going to post later on. So I'm just going to copy this set of code into here. So I'm not going to use my class one anymore. I'm going to use my publisher. Right, so it's still coming from my models in my application. I'm going to add my package data.sql client, get rid of that set of squiggly lines, and then my table using system.data, right, that will pretty much get rid of everything. So now what I've done is that I have this list of publishers, right, and you can read this code later on, but basically using a data table to get the data from my connection string with the SQL statement, select star from publishers, grab it from the publisher table, put it into grabbing the pub name and city column into the name and city of my pub object, all right, and then add that into the list. Right, so the last thing I need to do is to turn this into the list that I want to pass to the view. All right, so I think that, oh, actually, I don't need this anymore because I'm already returning a view list over here. The only thing is that I need the error page just in case I get into trouble with the connection of my database. So under demo, I'm going to add a view and call it error. All right, so I can use the same layout, add this, and then I'll just basically say you are having problems with your database connection. All right, don't really need it later. Okay, anyway, so this is my index.html. So pretty much the same thing as what I've done over here, except that now my model is models.publisher. Oops. Typed the wrong thing over here. Publisher. All right, and then for each item in my model, I'm going to display not this lowercase m, not email anymore, but city. All right, so I'm going to display the name and the city. Now, am I doing anything else over here for each item in model? I think that should be it. Okay, let me run again, and then cross my finger. All right, and then when it comes back, again is demo/index input value Benjamin. So again, this is from my query string. This is from Benjamin, and then from the class 1 object, I have a bunch of publisher names, titles, and the city. All right, so I'm basically grabbing data from my database. All right. All right, so I hope that is sufficient for you. I know the details about a database access is a little bit fast. That's why I provided the entire this whole package in my GitHub, which you can follow the link in my description for this video to download the package for you to study further. All right, thank you for watching.